Hi, this is Steve with Locking Security Mailbox, and today we're going to show you how to install a surface mounted post. So as you can see, this has a flat piece of steel on the top and the bottom. You would use something like this, say in front of your house you had a sidewalk and you didn't want to cut into the concrete and put your in-ground post. You would simply bolt this down into your concrete, and then your post will be all set. You put your mailbox on there and you're ready to go. So the first thing you want to do is just do your simple measuring. You want to measure it out away from the street so that when the postal carrier comes by, his mirror doesn't hit it. So do all your measuring, get it all set up. Get yourself a pencil, mark in the holes where you are going to drill, and then you take it away. And you may not be able to see it there, but my 4 marks. And then you want to get yourself, if you have a hammer drill, that would be the best way to go. And you also want a masonry bit or a concrete bit. And it's definitely different. Don't just use your regular wood bit because it won't do any good. So get a masonry or a concrete bit. And you're going to want to get a 1/2 inch. And a 1/2 inch one to go with your 1/2 inch bolts. And there's different types of concrete bolts, but basically I think a redhead bolt is what you'd be looking for at the hardware store. You can go with 1/2 inch or 3/8, whatever you're comfortable with. For my application here, I'm using 1/2 inch, so I have a 1/2 inch bit. Use 3/8 bolts, get a 3/8 inch bit. And so you'll drill into the concrete. Okay, as you can see, we just finished drilling our last hole, so we have all 4 holes drilled and ready to go. Next thing I'm going to do is check real quick to make sure for some reason those holes may not have lined up. I'm going to make sure they all line up, and they do. So we're ready. Here's the bolt I was telling you about. As you can see on the end of it, it's got a wedged head, and it's kind of got a little bracket on there. Something really important to do before you start hammering on this is put the nut on the end of it. Don't hammer these into on the thread, because what will happen is you'll kind of mushroom that out, and then when you go to try to put your bolt on there, you won't be able to get it on there. So leave a little bit of your thread sticking up. Get yourself a hammer, and you want to just start hammering those down into place. So there's your first one. Okay, you got all your bolts in. One thing to keep in mind, your bolts, when you hammered them in, they may have moved a little bit, so you might have to tap them left or right. Be sure to have your nut on there when you're tapping so you don't mess up your threads. So place your post down on there, put your washer down, start threading on your screws. Go ahead and put them all on there. Yourself a ratchet or a crescent wrench, and just go ahead and start tightening them down. Okay, you got all your bolts in. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and put your posts down on there. You may have it where your bolts are a little bit off, so you might have to tap them, get them lined up, kind of adjust them just a little bit. Be sure to put your nut on there when you hit them so you don't mess up any of your threads. So when you get them all lined on there, put your posts down. Go ahead and put your washer, your nuts on there, and then just start ratcheting it down. Make sure you do put them down pretty snug, and your post is pretty much set. The next thing you do, of course, is you're going to place your mailbox on here. And for most of the mailboxes, you'll just put it on there. You'll open up with your key, and there will be some nuts and bolts. You'll screw it down, tighten them up, and you're all set.